Hey, what's up guys? Today's problem is Pascal's triangle on Leetcode. Alright guys, so here's the problem. Given an integer nums array, or nums rows, return the first number of rows of Pascal's triangle. In Pascal's triangle, each number is the sum of two numbers directly above it as shown. So you can see here the inner columns are actually calculated by taking the two above them and adding them together. And you can see the outsides are actually just going to be static. They're just going to be the number 1. And here we have 5 rows. And so if we go and calculate each row, let's just take, for example, the array at this spot. So we can figure out this formula here. It'll be 0, 1, 2, the second row. And the first column, that's going to be equal to taking this top spot, which is array at 1 and 0 plus array at 1 and 1 for this other side. And if we take this a step further and try to generalize this, we can see that for any row or any column, it should be, so you can see we have 1 here, and if we take the row and minus 1 to it, we'll get that index value up here. So we'll be starting here. We want to calculate this spot. We go one row above it, and then take this column, and the column is going to be the column minus 1. So if we're at 0, 1, we're at the first column here. We'll take 1 minus 1, the 0th column, if we go up and try to calculate that value. And for the other side, it'll be row minus 1, just to go up 1, and then we take the C, which is going to be 0, 1, and here we take 0, 1, we take the same value. And using this here, we can calculate all the other ones. If we take this, we can actually calculate these inner values just off of this formula, and just using the outsides as 1s if the column is 0 or if the column is at the end here. So let's get to the solution. So list of integers, answer, new array list, and here we'll go through each row starting at 0, and a row is less than the num rows, and row plus plus, and then at this spot we want to add a new array list because we're going to be creating a new row here. And then we want to go through the columns. So the column is going to start at 0, and while column is less than or equal to nums rows, column plus plus, and it's going to be num rows because, or less than or equal to num rows, because if we're at 0, 1, the second row, we'll actually have the row plus 1, and this should be row. It'll be row plus 1 for the columns. So if we're at the second row here, we'll have actually 3 columns in that row. And then here we'll be checking to see if the column is equal to 0 or if the column is equal to the row, so that if we're at the very end. And here we'll say answer dot get of the row and dot add, and we want to add 1 here. Else we want to say get the row and add the value that we calculate using this. So here it'll be answer.get of row minus 1 and dot get of column minus 1 plus answer.get of row minus 1 and dot get of the column. And so that'll be the value here. And then at the very end we want to return answer, and just to check this through, answer.add, and I think that's good. Go ahead and run it. Looks good. submit. And yeah, that's it guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want more stuff like this.